used to be homeless. I used to sleep in alleys. In the wintertime, I was sleeping on church stairs. I shoplifted from stores so that I could have something to eat that day. I was declined day after day from shelters on a waiting list because I didn't have a child, so I wasn't priority. I didn't have warm clothes, and living in New Jersey, it was so cold, it was snowing outside, and I was literally wrapped in a blanket, sleeping in the snow. Many nights I thought I wasn't gonna wake up the next morning, but I still got up the next day, and I hustled, and I went to the library. I picked up change off the ground so that I could be able to print out resumes and make me a resume. I went to the welfare office when I got my food stamps. They used to have a program where they would help you find a job, so that way you don't have to stay on government assistance. I don't know what's required of it now because I haven't had food stamps in many years.
I think a lot of people tend to forget that there are actually people who need help sometimes, and specifically have not given up on life, right? They have not given up on consistently waking up the next day and looking for something that has the ability to better their lives and better the lives of their family. People like her exist, and I definitely love the fact that she's telling her story, and how she's delivering it is absolutely great. She started out by basically saying all of the things that she had to kind of go through while she was in this absolutely terrible human, let's say, predicament here. I'm definitely glad she's made it out of this situation. I'm also very glad, by the sound of it, that she never stopped trying. I specifically cannot say that I've experienced anything similar to what she has experienced, right? But just by an outsider looking into the scenario, I can only imagine that you're out here looking for a job, you're trying to eat, you're trying to do everything within your power, literally, and nothing is working. I can see how that has the ability to completely destroy your entire mentality kind of going forward, and making it so you really seriously have no will to even succeed any longer. You get stuck in that specific scenario, and I think those are the people who we are kind of talking about, the ones who have given up, right? Because, guys, we under no circumstance do we have the ability to consistently pay for your existence, right? Specifically, if you're not actually doing anything to actually put funds, let's say, into the tax system that you are in fact using.
But at the time, that's what the requirement was. You had to try to get a job. I took advantage of every resource that I could find. I sat down with the welfare caseworker and I begged her to help me find anything that could help me get out of my situation. She sent me to work centers that would help with building my resume, and they would sit down and help me with interview skills. And every day I went to an interview. I spent my days sitting at the library and going to interviews. I started off with a few jobs, worked my way up in those jobs, built my resume, and then started getting better jobs for myself. The point of me telling you all of this is because I am so sick of people getting on the internet and talking about how desperately they need Medicaid and food stamps while they are able-bodied adults who can get the up and get it for themselves. I was getting $7 an hour working at Payless, and I saved up every dollar so that I could afford me a down payment on an apartment in New Jersey. And I was 19, 20 years old at the time. Yeah, going through it.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I struggled so hard every day that I was able to say this. I looked at myself and I said, when I get out of this situation, I will never go back. I'm just so sick of the excuses. Grown ass people getting on this app to talk and show how lazy they are. And
They like that, though. Like, a lot of people have made this content exclusively. Like, hey, listen, this is how you take advantage of other people's tax dollars, right? Like, that's how you do it. This is how you do it. Look at how much money I'm getting. Then specifically going to have as many kids as humanly possible so they can basically consistently live off of the government kind of going forward. And then they teach their kids basically the same exact thing. It's an absolute pitiful cycle here, guys. Instead of teaching your kids that, how about you teach the kids exclusively to kind of do better in life, specifically go for things that are going to enrich them internally and then enrich the people around them, so we no longer have to specifically live off of, let's say, these programs here. A lot of these things were set up to be temporary, not a permanent fixture here. But I definitely hope that one day some of these individuals decide to kind of step off this program and start becoming productive members of society. It's important, guys. It's important to you. It's important to those around you, because you basically are the three people or so that you are around on a consistent basis. And if everyone around you is, let's say, down for taking advantage of the government along with tax dollars, then that's exactly what you most likely will consistently be. So you have to, in fact, change who you are so you can change the people around you.
Go back. I'm just so sick of the excuses. Grown ass people getting on this app to talk and show how lazy they are, and how greedy they are, and how entitled they are. That you feel every other American who is working really hard to pay taxes and make a living for themselves should be funding your free life. No way. I never wanted a handout from anybody. I worked so hard to get where I am. I worked so hard to never be homeless again. I remember at 20 years old, I walked into the mayor's office in New Jersey and I said, hey, I can't get into a shelter. Please help me. And the lady, the secretary, sat down with me and wrote me a letter to get me into an apartment because nobody would accept me. Okay. They had a program in New Jersey where you could get a one-time payment for I think it was $1,300 to get a down payment for an apartment, and I kept getting denied. I went everywhere, and I went back to that place almost every other week to keep begging them to give me this deposit. Now, I saved up majority of my deposit, and they basically just matched me. But that lady got me that deposit because I was so persistent. Y'all are just so lazy.
Yeah, it's laziness, but it's also a mix of a couple other things. Like, we are definitely in scammer culture, and for the most part, everyone is kind of looking for a leg up regardless, right? So they don't care that they're absolutely affecting other people. They're affecting tax dollars that could actually be going towards things that are beneficial to the masses. Let's say if we're going to be involved in that system, I think it should definitely be spread out for as many people as humanly possible, rather than some of the largest group of people who are doing nothing to aid society. The laziness is an absolute epidemic, and it needs to be fixed. It needs to be corrected immediately. But guys, listen, if you guys are new here, please like and subscribe. The more that you like this type of content, the more that I'll do this type of content here. And obviously, if you guys would like to find her specifically, her channel name is MrLboyd, ENT 2.0. We are not related, guys. Either way, I'll catch you guys later.
You go get a job, they're going to take my Section 8. Then you won't be able to get no Section 8. You're not going to get no job. They're going to count your income against my Section 8 and my link card. You're not working. No. So I don't care what you got to say. I don't care how you feel. You're not working. You're not going to get a job. You're not going to school. You're not doing none of that shit.
But Ma, I'm saying how I'm supposed to be successful in life, Ma. So you basically telling me I gotta be broke to be successful? I gotta be broke so I can get Section 8?
You gotta be broke so the government can help you.
So the government can help me? So you telling me I can't work no job, bro? That's all my friends got jobs and live in nice houses. So you telling me I got to go through the same thing you went through?
If you don't do any of that, they're going to take my Section 8.
How?
And I'm
won't
trying
they
to
be
tell
like,
you
won't
that
they
you
be?
can go get yours at ease. You can go get
They will
nice house.
no. They will look at that and be like, he's doing something and give me a bigger house, Ma. That's what you told me.
Where I'm gonna go?
I don't
have no job.
I can get off your Section 8 and apply for my own Section 8.
But if you do that, you're gonna have to go the hard way. It's gonna take a long.
So what? That's what I'm
Wait
saying.
a few months, get on Section 8, find you a nice apartment, go get you a link card. You will be fine. You don't have to sit up and work. You don't have to work no job. The government is here to help us.